There. All right, so we are going to get started with the warm-up. So again, I've got a funky ankle, so bear with me, but I will always give you modifications. Let's step side to side to get started. Make sure you're breathing, just warming up the inner thigh, outer hip. Keep moving. I'm gonna turn this up a little bit so we can hear it. Now we're gonna add a push, push. We've been doing this a lot lately for the warm-up. It's really to wake up the inner outer thighs and hips, as well as bring in tension to the movement. So when you push, feel right where the arm meets the torso, feel the chest. When you bring the arm back, feel the shoulder blade retract to have that movement even be possible. Keep going. Make sure you're breathing. Let's go 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out, hands on the hips. We're going to be doing booty kickers. So heel to the seat, heel to the seat. You want to try to eliminate how much rocking side to side there is by standing directly on top of the foot. Core is engaged. As you do this, bring those arms forward, palms facing up. As the heel comes up, elbows come back. Again, intentional movement. Squeezing the shoulder blades as those elbows come back. And squeezing the chest as those hands come forward. Make this slow and controlled. Let's go 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out, hands on those hips. A little bit of a march. Now, if you have a sensitive back, keep the leg low. I'm going to be keeping the leg low because of my ankle. I don't want to push it. But if it's available to you, really get that knee up there. Work to bring the core in. Take your time with this. There's no rush. Again, limiting how much side to side there is. By standing directly on top of the feet, core is engaged. Bring those arms back. If the neck and shoulders are feeling good, bring those arms up overhead and down as the knees come up. Squeeze the shoulder blades together every time you lower those elbows. Go 3, 2, 1. Now our first exercise today is going to be a plank. That can be on the floor, on a bench. That can even be on the wall for those of you who can't really lower down. If we're doing it on the wall, it's just like this. So everybody get on down to your plank position. Hands are going to be on the wall, feet shoulder distance apart, arms are straight. Now, everybody push those heels back so you feel your calves. Legs are straight so you feel your quads, your hamstrings. Tuck the hips under so you feel your booty. Navel draws in. Base of the pelvic floor lifts up the torso to the bottom of the rib cage. Wiggle the shoulders. Actively push your hands or elbows into the bench or wall and breathe. Hold everything as tight as you can. And take a break. Now, regardless if you're doing this on the floor, on the bench, or on the wall, you should be getting those muscles shaking. Again, the idea is to really work those muscles as intensely as you can rather than holding this for as long as you can and getting into the joints. So we're coming back in 3, 2, 1. If you're doing it on the wall, hands up. I'm going to join you guys on a bench or on a box. Again, heels push back. Legs are straight. Take the joints out of it. Put those muscles to work. Get them shaking. Breathe. Shoulders down away from the ears. Booty is squeezed. Navel drawn back and in. You should be trembling. We've got 10 more seconds here. How intensely can you hold this? Squeeze even tighter. Every muscle. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You got it. Woo! Carefully come on up. Shake it out. Now for the next 2 sets, we're going to go into some sumo squats. So a nice wide stance. Knees are going to track with the toes. I'll step back so you can see. Lowering on down, knees over ankle, and then come back up. Lower down, come on up. Lower down, come on up. Perfect. Now, very important that the knees are in line with the toe, the big toe. Big toe and the little toe next to it, whatever we want to call that guy. Make sure the knees are in line, that they don't collapse in. If they do collapse in, send your hips back a bit, and that can help with the alignment. You want to feel inner thighs. You want to feel your glutes. Now in a second, it's gonna ding. We're gonna hold it down. Hold it here, pulse, pulse. Now if you ever are cued to do a sumo squat and you are at home and you're like, I can't do a sumo squat, and I can't hear you say that, you can always do a sit down, stand up. Keep pulsing. 32 more seconds here. Woo! The pulse is very small. We're focusing on the pulse up rather than the pulse down. Gravity helps with the pulse down. However, gravity does not help with that little lift, driving the heels down. I want you to squeeze your booty every time you come up and see how that changes this exercise. Oh, abs are on. Working a little bit different. 2, 1, carefully come on up, shake out those legs. We're going into the next set of exercises. Again, first 2 are going to be a plank. Second 2, we're going to do another round of sumos. So down to the floor, the bench, or the wall. Here we go. Into that plank position. Whew. Feet shoulder distance apart. Push those heels back. Legs are straight. All of the muscles in the legs are active here. If you don't feel it, work to feel it. That is your challenge. Get those legs shaken. Squeeze the booty. Abs are in. Lift the pelvic floor up, again, to the bottom of the torso. If you don't know what I'm saying, ask me at the end. Breathe, breathe. You got this. You got this. There's that break. Carefully come out of it. I want you to take the breaks here. If you find that you don't need the break and you want to keep going, that means you're not squeezing as intensely as you could be. Remember that. For this next one, right here. Come on up, squeeze. Breathe, breathe. Oh, there we go. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Keep going. Make sure I didn't lose track here. Oh yeah, we're good. Nice. Tuck the hips. Squeeze the booty. Almost there, almost there. Oh my goodness, 10 more seconds. Come on, see how much you can get those muscles shaking. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Carefully come out of it. Shake it out. Going in for some sumos. Grab some water if you need it. We got 10 seconds. All right. Come on down. Whew. Lower down. Come on up. Down. Come on up. Here we are. So, going right into limiting range of motion. All right, so it's not a pulse. It's not the full range. It's a limited range. So we're just minimizing how much movement there is. Again, focusing on the upward motion. Squeeze the booty as you come up. Squeeze the booty. Yeah. Squeeze the booty. Squeeze the booty. Drive the heels down. Make sure you're pushing the knees back behind and squeeze those glutes. Almost there. Because these sumos don't have any additional weight, we are going to go through the break on this one. I want you to focus on the muscle engagement. Core is engaged. 30 seconds here. You got it. If you want more of a challenge, if you're like, this is boring, hold it low. Hold. Add punches. Do not come out of this. Keep it low. Squeeze that core. Keep the punches below shoulder height and see how fast you can punch while maintaining the booty squeeze, while keeping the core strong. You can hear I'm already getting winded. We got 5 more seconds. Here's 3, 2, and 1. Come on up. Shake it out. Grab some water. Whew. One more plank in 5 seconds, just for 35 seconds. Oh, yes. Here we go. One down. Feet back. Tuck the hips. Shoulders away from the ears. Legs are straight. Hold. This poor box. I don't think this is a strong enough box for me to do this. You got it. You got it. I just read the word fragile on here, so I'm a little nervous. Squeeze the booty, navel to the spine. Almost there, almost there. 4 seconds. Yeah, there it is. Come on up, shake it out. Again, grab a sip of water and then grab your weights. So we're gonna do some lateral raises. What the heck is that? A lateral raise is where we stand up tall. Weights are by your side, palms face you. Arms come up and right back down. Up and right back down. 2 sets, no break with this. All right? Make sure that the hands stay below shoulder height the entire time. Core is engaged. Nice and slow. Also make sure that when the arms come up, the shoulders don't. Keep those shoulder blades down as the palms come up. Think about sliding the shoulder blades together behind you and slide them into your back pocket. Every time the hands come up, the shoulder blades go down. Keep going. We are not going to add on to this because there's no need. You may not feel this right away, but this is a muscle that really helps with posture. And focusing in on stabilization and balance is key. If you like to change it up, you can do 1 arm at a time, keeping that core strong. See how this changes things for you. But I challenge you to keep going with both arms if possible. All right? I also challenge you to slow down. So 2 counts up. 1, 2, down 1, 2. You're going to feel it fatigue the muscles a little bit differently. You got it. 5 seconds. Come on. Core is on. Weight is in the heels. Shimmy those shoulders. Kick it out. Grab a drink of water if you need it. Place those weights down. 2 sets of plank. Lots of planks in here today. Again, if you're doing it on the wall, that's totally fine. Wherever your choice is, go for it. I'm not going to plank on that box anymore, so I'm going to go as if I'm on the wall. So hands or elbows are actively pushing into the wall or floor. Heels are pushing back, booty is squeezed, legs are straight, hips are tucked. So if you're looking at me right now and going, what the heck is she doing? We're in a plank. This is just for those, I know there's a few ladies on here who told me that coming down to the ground wasn't quite it for them. So doing it standing is totally fine. The goal here is to get every muscle shaking. So find a way to push into the wall, push into the floor, take a break, take a break, take a break. To push into those muscles to get them shaking rather than letting the joints take over, right? We're going back in 3, 2, 1. Come on down, push those heels back. Legs are straight. Feel the quads, hamstrings, glutes, calves are engaged, core is strong, hips are tucked, booty is squeezed. Just standing here without a wall, you can see that my arms are shaking a little bit. That's because I have every muscle active. It's actually hard to talk. Breathe, every muscle in your body. See if you can squeeze it even tighter and hold that really intense, and all the intention in this movement for 5 seconds. Squeeze everything as tight as you can. 2, 1, let it go. Carefully come up and grab your towel. Like I said in the beginning, if you don't have a towel but you do have a band, your band will work just fine. I personally like the towel because it gives a bit more feedback. Now you can do this standing. I'm going to do this from my knees just so that I have a little bit of support. So I'm going to do palms up. Oh, see the towel there. Separate so it's about shoulder distance apart. Grab on and flip so my thumbs are up. And I'm keeping this towel taut, shoulders down. Going in for a row. The towel touches my navel, the belly button. Now as I do this, I'm squeezing the booty, keeping the hips tucked. Always working the booty when I can. Now also make sure that the elbows aren't coming out. They are squeezing together as if they're trying to touch behind your back. What? Yeah, I know, sounds weird. It's not possible, but we're trying. Keep the towel taut so you feel the outer shoulder start to work. Keep the hands low, elbows as close to the hips as you can, keeping the shoulders out of the ears. Nice and slow back, nice and slow forward. Keep pulling against that towel. You're gonna feel it right through here in the shoulder. It should not be painful. The muscles are working, elbows stay in. Now notice if your rib cage popped up when you squeeze those elbows in. See if you can bring the rib cage down towards the hip bones, engaging the core. If you notice something there, I want to hear about it at the end of this, okay? Dropping the rib cage. I can talk about this more next time we work together. 5 more seconds here. Keep pulling on that towel. Keep those elbows squeezed in. Elbows as low to the hips. Woo. Shake it out. Now, as if we didn't just work the arms enough. 2 more sets of plank. We will get the break in between. Don't worry, we won't be doing an insane more number of planks. We're almost there. So, against the wall, a bench or chair or the floor, come on down. I'm gonna give this box one more try. Feet shoulder distance apart, heels push back behind. Legs are straight. Hips tucked under, booty squeezed, pelvic floor lifted. You got it. Keep going. Keep breathing. Actively push the arm or shoulders or elbows down and away from the ears. Take that break. Shake out what you need to. We are going in again. I can't emphasize enough how important it is to activate all your muscles and try to sustain the strongest activation you can. We're going in. 35 more seconds right here. Come on. Come on. Woo! Squeeze the booty. Squeeze the core. Heels are back. Legs are on. Deep, deep, deep core activation here. Transverse abdominis. Serratus anterior. All the obliques. The whole gang is here. Come on. Squeeze everything till it trembles. Got 5 more seconds. Here's 3, 2, 1. Woo. Lower down. Shake it out. Grab water. Grab your weights. Now, you have the option here to go into a wall sit. With your weights, we are going to be doing bicep curls. Now, if you're joining my team with no wall sits because I have an ankle, I'm going to be doing a standing balance. And I'll only be doing it on one leg. So go ahead and get into the wall sit. Make sure your knees are over your ankles. We're going to alternate curls. One arm, other arm. Supinating. So that means it starts with your thumb forward and then it rotates so the palm comes towards your shoulder. I love doing supinated curls because it affects every aspect of that bicep. Now, if you are doing the wall sit, get in it. Core is strong. Take any and all momentum out of here. Notice how my elbow is not swinging. This is not a bicep curl. This is. Elbow doesn't move. Keep going. Now you have the option, if you are joining me standing, to do a single leg. Bring one knee all the way up as if we're marching, but we hold it. Navel drawn to the spine. Keep going. Shoulders are down. So we're getting biceps. We're getting core. Definitely legs if you're in that wall sit. Switch legs if you were doing the standing balance. 10 more seconds here. Come on. Woo. And then we get a break. Almost there. 2, 1. Nice. Shake it out. Wiggle those arms. Wiggle the booty. We are going in for 2 more sets. We are going to do the last 2 sets, no break. But if you're in a wall sit, come out of it real quick. Shake the hips. We're going to go right back down in 2, 1, right back down. Now this time, instead of the bicep curls, we rotate the palms up. Elbows are squeezing the midline. Shoulders rolled back and down. Elbow stays touching the side as we rotate outward and bring it in. External rotation and bring it in. See how low you can get the elbows, as close to the hips as possible. So this is going to be in a wall sit. Hey, kitty. Keep the core strong. You have an option to lift one leg if you were joining me with a balance. Keep going. Bring the arms forward, just the right arm, out and in. Now just the left arm, out and in. Make sure that you are holding that wall sit. Switching legs if you're doing the single leg balance. Now you'll notice with one arm rotating out and coming back in, One arm at a time. The core has to activate a little bit more. You may or may not be aware, but this is what prevents you from going this way, right? Keep that core strong. Squeeze the booty, squeeze the core. Shoulders down. Make sure you're breathing. Just 10 more seconds here. Come on, don't let those hands drop. Keep the forearms parallel to the floor for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Drop those weights. And we are coming on down to the floor. We're going to lay on our back, get a view of my really cool plant and my cat's Giants jerseys. Come on down, laying on your back all the way down. Frogger extensions. So, this is such an awkward angle. Frogger extensions, heels together, knees are apart, palms are down. You have the option to place your tailbone on your palms if you like. We're going to extend the legs up and out and back in. Up and out, back in. You can do this on the bed. You don't have to come to the floor. You can do this on the couch while you're watching TV. You can do anything. Keep that core squeezed. If you want more of a core challenge, extend a little bit lower. However, your challenge is going to be squeezing those heels together the entire time. This is what's going to activate those inner thighs. Keep going. If you are wanting a little bit more, actually, just kidding. Keep going. Whew. Nice and slow. 4 counts in. 4, 3, 2. Extend 4 counts. 4, 3, 2. Bring it in. 4, 3. Squeeze those heels together as tight as you can. Extend. 4, 3, 2. Are your inner thighs burning? In 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend. Oh my goodness. One more round. Bring it in. 4, 3, 2. Retuck those hips, abs in. Here's 4, 3, 2. There it is. Hug the knees in. Give yourself a hug. Rock side to side. Reach for those weights carefully. I'm going to roll up. I'm going to kick a basket. Grab your weights. We're going to go in for some tricep skull crushers. So when you're ready, keep the weights close. Lay back down. Same thing with the feet. Heels together. Arms come straight up. As you extend the legs, arms come down for tricep and bring it in. Tuck those hips under. Squeeze the booty. We're doing all kinds of stuff here. We're looking a little funky, but it's okay. Focus on the core engaged, hips tucked under. Heels are squeezed. If you feel this in your back, lift the legs up higher rather than lower, okay? Keep going. Keep going. Hold it up, hold it long. Wiggle the hips if you need to. Adjust the shoulders. We're going right back in. Lower on down. And extend. Retuck those hips. Squeeze those heels together. When the weights come up to the ceiling, squeeze the tricep, back of the upper arm. Almost there. We've got 20 seconds here. And then we switch. Woo! Core, inner thigh, quads a little bit, triceps. 5 seconds. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Carefully lower the weights. Grab a water and take a moment. Next up, we're going to stay on our back, continuing to work the core, but not necessarily working the inner thighs. Cheers with water. I paused the timer so we have a moment. So this next one is very important. I'm going to walk through it before I hit go so we're not rushing for time, okay? Because I really want to make sure you guys get this in a way that's beneficial for you. So you're going to lay on your back, hug the knees in, and hold this squeeze as tight as you can. Now from here, tuck the hips under. It's the difference between this, where I don't know if you can see, there's a little bit of an arch here, or tucking them under where there's no arch. Now when you tuck, you're going to feel the lowest abdominals really squeeze to draw the knees in. Now the goal is to maintain that. And if this is where you are for the entire exercise, that's fine. I want you to focus on strengthening the lowest abdominals and connecting the mind-body together. If you want to add on, we'll do a toe tap and see how close you can get the toe to the booty while keeping the other knee squeezed in to prevent the hips from arching, okay? I'll go through that again, but I'm gonna go ahead and start the cue, so let's get going. You're gonna hear a ding in a minute. Disregard. Disregard the ding. So abs are in, hips are tucked, hold the squeeze of the core, arms are just straight up. You're gonna tap one toe, bring it up, tap the other toe, bring it up. Now I don't want you to get distracted by the toe tap. We're really focusing in on the other knee that doesn't move, pulling in towards the shoulder as much as we can to really help keep the core strong. So rather than focusing on touching the floor, focus this knee on really reaching up as strong as it can as the other leg moves. That's what's gonna help us focus in on the core. This is so important, and I really think you guys should be doing this every day. Take a break if you need to. Hug the knees in, rock side to side. I really think you guys should be doing this one every day. This works the deep core muscles, the pelvic floor a little bit, and it's so important for stabilization and balance, but we're in a safe position as long as you focus on squeezing the opposite knee up towards the armpit, towards the elbow. Up, up, up. Squeeze that core and keep those hips tucked. Yes, keep going. Now I know we don't have equipment, we don't have all the things, but that's because I want to focus more so on mind-body connection, which is going to serve you better out in the real world. There's definitely, it's important to get the weights. It's important to get the cable machines when you're able to come back in the studio. Hug the knees in, rock side to side. All of it is very important. But while we're home and we don't have access to the cable machines, it's very important to focus on that mind-body connection so that when you're back in the studio, you have the ability to get a little deeper. Same thing, keep going. 4 sets of this because it's that important. I'm really gonna drive this one home today. Get that knee up towards the armpit, squeeze the core. You're gonna feel those obliques, you're gonna feel the navel drawn back to the spine. Now, if you want more of a challenge, you have the option to hands behind the head, hold a little crunch with like a little bicycle. However, I know a lot of you have a funky neck, so don't hesitate to keep it down. It's totally fine, okay? Whatever floats your boat, keep going. We're gonna go through this break. Remember to pull the knees up. That's so important. Focus more on the knee coming towards your upper body rather than the toe going towards the ground. Shifting that focus to keep you safe. Make sure you're breathing. Navel squeezes back as tight as it can. So this is like the bicycle, right? When you extend, except instead of extending, we're focusing more on bringing everything in and engaging. Still stabilizing. But it's a bit safer since we're not in the same room and I can't keep an eye on each of you as much. Make sure you're breathing. Elbows stay wide. Armpit comes up towards the knee if you're rotating. Almost there. Woo! Come on down. Hug the knees in, rock side to side. Now, we're gonna lay on one side. I'm gonna start on my left. I'm gonna pause the timer. If you have a band and you wanna bring it in, this is your chance. It's gonna go around the thighs, above the knees. All right? Like so. You have a couple options here. I'm actually gonna scoot this way so you can see my legs a bit more. And don't worry about timing. I paused the timer again so that you have a moment to do this. So when we're on our side, you can be on the elbow, but take a look. I wanna make sure we're doing this and not this. See the difference? It goes right into here. So actively push the elbow into the floor. This will help create space here and it'll help keep everything safe. If you want to do this laying down, that's fine. Scoot down so you can see, but you do want to support the head so that we're not dropping and kinking in the neck, okay? From here, bottom leg is bent, top leg is straight, foot is flexed. Heel goes up, toes down. Tuck the hips under, abs in. Now, we're there. Slide that heel back behind you till you'll feel your until you feel your booty squeeze. Once you feel that, hold on to it, okay? I'm gonna restart the cue. Hold on to it, tuck those hips, foot is flexed, heel to the ceiling, toes down, slide the heel back. Oh, ignore that. Little lift up, up, squeeze the booty, squeeze, squeeze. Keep breathing. You got it. Now hold it up, hold it up, hold it up, hold it up. Slide it back a little further. Tiny circles with the heel. Not with the ankle. Ankle doesn't move, just the heel. Tiny little circle. Now we're going to switch to writing cursive. You're going to write your name in cursive with the heel as small as you can, sliding the heel back. And then see if you can do your last name as well. Squeeze the booty, heel up, toes down. Ah, those L's kill me. E-R. Okay, relax. Switching sides. I realize this is a little bit of a bonus. This one's on the house. All right, once you're there, lay on the side, bottom leg bent, top leg straight, foot is flexed. Heel up, toes down. Lift up, tuck the hips, slide the heel back. And tiny circles. I love this plant. Unfortunately, it's not going to be able to come with me. So sad. If anybody's looking for plants, let me know. Squeeze the booty. Really tuck those hips. Really see how small you can make this circle. Now hold the circle, write your name in cursive, starting with your first name. The L's. Man, and then go to that last name. Toes down, heel up. And when you're done, bring the knee in. Quickly flip over to your last plank. Now, if you have to come up to standing to do your last plank, that's totally fine. But wherever you need to be, get there now. We are going. Hold that plank. I'm timing this one. Come on. This is our big finale. Hold everything. Heels pushed back. Legs are straight. Booty squeezed. Hips tucked. Navel drawn in. Pelvic floor lifted. Push those elbows into the floor or those hands into the wall for 5, 4. Squeeze even tighter. 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Push back to child's pose. Take a deep inhale through the nose and a big exhale through the mouth. One more time, deepest breath you've taken all day, all week. And on the exhale, release any and all tension. Leave it right there on the mat. Don't take it with you on your day.